The heresy of Antipope Francis. Like his heretical predecessors, Francis has also committed many public acts of apostasy, like praying at a mosque, praying with Jews, praying with pagans, saying that he knew a good atheist woman, making a feast day for heretics, etc. He has also stated that he agrees with the arch heretic Martin Luther on justification. This is probably one of the most heretical and blasphemous things I've ever heard this man say. Quote, I think that the intentions of Martin Luther were not mistaken. He was a reformer. Perhaps some methods were not correct. But in that time, if we read the story of the pastor, a German Lutheran who then converted when he saw reality, he became Catholic. In that time, the church was not exactly a model to imitate. There was corruption in the church. There was worldliness, attachment to money, to power. And this he protested. Then he was intelligent and took some steps forward justifying. And because he did this, and today, Lutherans and Catholics, Protestants, all of us agree on the doctrine of justification. On this point, which is very important, he did not err. He made a medicine for the church. This is so blatantly heretical that is almost like a parody. It's almost as if he's an actor. Like he can't possibly, you want to say to yourself, he can't possibly be like seriously explaining, like he can't be seriously considering himself to be the Pope and saying this like with really truly believing that he's really the Pope and stuff. It is so heretical that is almost as if this must be some kind of like joke, some kind of satire, some kind of, a parody of sorts. This is the so-called Pope for these Novus Ordo people, right? And he's saying that Lutherans and Catholics, Protestants, all agree on justification. My computer needs charging 1 second. He's saying that Lutherans and Catholics, Protestants, all agree on justification. Well, yeah, Lutherans, Novus Ordites, and other Protestants all agree on justification, but Catholics do not, okay? No Catholic agrees with Luther on justification. Luther was condemned by Pope Leo X, and Protestantism was condemned in the Council of Trent. If you agree with Luther on justification, you're not a Catholic. You are a heretic, okay? There's no room for, disagreement there. If you believe what Luther taught on justification, you are a heretic, as this man was, okay? And I remember seeing a video that Diamonds made years ago talking about the heresies of Antipope Francis. It might have been a video specifically about him or just a clip that they showed of him talking about some kind of heresy. And he literally said this might be heresy, but whatever. And he just continued life. It didn't mean anything. He was like, oh, this might be heresy, but and he continued. He literally was aware that what he was teaching was heretical and he didn't care. Why? Because he was a faithless heretic, man. He's not a pope. He was not a pope. He was an anti-pope. This is the Council of Trent, I believe, yes. Canon, this is from Session 6, 1547 AD, Canon 9. If anyone saith that by faith alone the impious is justified, in such wise as to mean that nothing else is required to cooperate in order to the obtaining the grace of justification, and that it is not in any way necessary that he be prepared and disposed by the movement of his own will, let him be anathema. Okay? So Protestants believe in faith alone, grace alone, all that nonsense. Heresy. If you agree with that garbage, you are not a Catholic. You've been anathematized. You are outside the church. You are not among us. You're outside. You're a stranger. You're an alien. Canon 14. If anyone saith that man is truly absolved from his sins and justified, because that he assuredly believed himself absolved and justified, or that no one is truly justified but he who believes himself justified, and that by this faith alone absolution and justification are effected, let him be anathema. So, Protestants say stuff like, I'm saved because I believe I'm saved. I know I'm saved. All that kind of stupidness. Heresy. Heresy. You're a heretic. You're not justified. You're not in the state of grace. You're a heretic. No heretics in the state of grace, okay? There's no Protestant on the earth in the state of grace. There's no Muslim, no Jew, no pagan in the state of grace. None of them. You have to have the Catholic faith. All pagans, all Jews, all Muslims, all of them, if they die outside the church, they're going to hell for all eternity. It is that simple. Baptism of desire has nothing to do with pagans and heretics. Nothing. They're not even a part of the conversation. It's not about them. It has nothing to do with them. They are certainly, the case has been closed already, they are certainly going straight to hell forever if they die outside the church. And by outside the church, we mean they don't have the Catholic faith. So, that is the Council of Trent, anathematizing people who profess Protestant garbage. Antipope Francis and all who agree with him are anathematized heretics, not Catholics. Of course, he was alive back then, so I guess now he would be like, he was an anathematized heretic because he's now dead, right? But of course, if he died as he lived and he didn't have any, conversion and enter the state of grace or anything like that before he died, that we are like, say, not aware of, God granted him some, secret conversion or something like that. Unless something like that happened, he is right now in hell burning for all eternity. And he will remain there for the rest of eternity. Okay? But of course, Novus Ordo people, because they're so faithless and indifferentist and godless, they think that heresy is virtuous. They think, oh, he's so inclusive. He's so welcoming to other faiths and so all that kind of garbage. That's complete blasphemy. Section 1 conclusion. All of this information should suffice for any honest person to see clearly that Vatican II and its antipopes are not Catholic, and therefore the organization they are a part of and leading, and all these other heretics, working with them and supporting them and claiming that they're the true pope teaching this heresy and stuff. The organization they are a part of is not the Catholic Church, but rather an apostate modernist cult.